Know yourself, know your enemy, and in 100 battles, you will never be in peril. This ancient proverb is revered as a classic in the world of commerce and an iron law of survival on the battlefield. Yet, countless people, armed with this confidence, step into the casino only to discover they know nothing of the true enemy, that glittering, ever-open city of desire. They assume their opponents are the smiling dealer at the table or the fellow gamblers around them, cheering one moment and groaning the next. This is a fatal misunderstanding. In the casino, the most intricate and ruthless modern battlefield, your only true adversary is the building itself. A perfect hunting system, honed over centuries by psychologists, mathematicians, designers, and marketing geniuses, meticulously crafted to exploit the weaknesses of human nature. Whether you're a billionaire titan of industry or an ordinary person with a comfortable life and a strong will, if you lack the most basic understanding of this colossal machine's mechanics, if you enter with even the slightest hint of wishful thinking, your fate is almost certainly sealed, to be devoured by this elegant yet cold-blooded beast, stripped to the bone. This is not alarmist exaggeration, but a hard truth written in the tragedies of countless ruined lives. Bankruptcies, broken families, shattered dreams. So, before you trade your hard-earned money for a stack of colorful plastic chips, before you step through that revolving door, every word I'm about to say must be etched into your mind like a lifeline. It may be your only chance to stay clear-headed and walk away unscathed. The casino's first trap, the most fundamental, grand, and yet most easily overlooked as a mere feature, is its physical space and architectural layout. This is far more than opulent decor. Every detail is steeped in calculated psychological cues and behavioral nudges. Have you ever walked into a casino on a sunny afternoon, played for what felt like a short while, only to step outside and find it's the dead of night, completely unaware of how much time had passed? That's the power of design. Casinos are almost entirely sealed off from the outside world. No windows to reveal the sky, no clocks to mark the real time. This is called time deprivation, designed to create an eternal realm detached from reality. In this realm, the concept of time is deliberately blurred. No sunrise or sunset, no work hours or commutes, only the rhythm of the card game or the spin of the roulette wheel. Your biological clock falls out of sync. Your fatigue is masked by the frenetic energy around you, and your focus is locked onto the gaming table. The casino crafts a self-forgetting wonderland where you lose track of family responsibilities, work exhaustion, even your own identity, leaving only one thought: I have to win the next one. Complementing time deprivation is the design of spatial disorientation. Casino pathways are never meant to make entry or exit easy. Quite the opposite. They're built to keep you in. The entire space is a lavish, labyrinthine maze with winding routes. The ceiling height, carpet patterns, and lighting temperature subtly guide your movements. No matter which way you turn, your line of sight always ends at a row of glowing slot machines or a crowded gaming table. Exit signs, meanwhile, are deliberately small or tucked away in obscure corners. When you've won money and want to leave satisfied, finding the exit becomes surprisingly difficult. On this prolonged quest to escape, you'll inevitably pass countless ongoing games. Your ears catch the deafening jingle of a slot machine hitting a jackpot. Your eyes see a lucky player at the roulette table erupting in cheers for hitting a single number. These sights and sounds are the casino's carefully orchestrated, parting temptations. They whisper in your ear, "Look, others are still winning. Are you sure you want to leave? Maybe your luck isn't done yet." For someone who's just tasted victory, this lure is nearly irresistible. And when you've lost money, dejected and desperate to flee, the maze becomes the ultimate test of your willpower. Every gaming table at every turn is a silent demon, mocking your failure with glittering chips while offering a false promise of redemption. Just one more bet with what's left. Maybe you'll turn it around. The casino's layout is an invisible web, making staying feel like the natural choice and leaving a grueling battle against your own desires and regrets. Beyond that, the oxygen levels in casinos are often slightly higher than outside, keeping you mentally alert and delaying fatigue. Free alcohol flows endlessly to dull your judgment and make you impulsive. All this is cloaked in luxurious decor, soothing background music, and impeccably polite service, disarming you completely without you even noticing. If the physical environment is the casino's inescapable net, the second trap is a blade that cuts straight to the core of your psychological defenses, so cunning it makes you willingly numb yourself. The casino chip. The casino replaces your wallet's cash, paper notes backed by national credibility and earned through your labor, with carefully designed, weighty, vibrant plastic discs. This seemingly simple exchange hides one of the casino's greatest psychological tricks. It achieves a critical mental shift, transforming money, a concept loaded with real-world weight, into points or props, a lighthearted, gamified symbol. Think back. When you hand over a stack of $100 bills that takes ages to count and receive just a few heavy chips in return, doesn't the value of that money feel diminished in an instant? Losing $10,000 in cash might make you think of months of rent or gifts for your family. The pain is visceral and real. But when you push a $10,000 chip across the table and watch the dealer rake it away, it feels more like losing a piece in a board game. Disappointing, but the sting of real-world loss is dulled. Chips create an emotional firewall between you and your hard-earned money. This value abstraction makes you far bolder than you'd be in everyday life. Someone who hesitates over a $200 expense in daily life might, at the casino, casually push tens or hundreds of thousands in chips without flinching. In their subconscious, they're not betting a house down payment or a child's college fund, just a few black discs or a yellow square. Casino designers know this intimately and even craft the chips themselves with care. Different denominations have distinct colors and patterns. Higher value chips are often more elegant, with a premium feel that evokes pleasure and prestige when you handle them, dulling the pain of potential loss. Casinos also encourage you to color up, trading a pile of small denomination chips for fewer high-value ones. This seems convenient but is another psychological trap. Visually, a stack of red $5 chips feels like a lot of ammunition, while a single black $100 chip looks meager. When the dealer suggests you color up, they're subtly reducing your perception of your total stake, making it easier to place bets beyond your comfort zone. To counter this, you must force yourself to rebuild your mental defenses. Before every bet, perform a painful translation in your mind. See those colorful plastic discs as the late nights you worked, the promises you made to your family, the security of your future. You must scream to yourself internally, "This isn't a toy, it's my life." Only with this near-paranoid vigilance can you resist the numbing effect of chips. Once the casino's environment traps your body and its chips numb your mind, the third and most dramatic, most devastating trap emerges. It's like a seductive sorceress, striking when you're at your most vulnerable and irrational. The lure of high payouts. Every casino has games with jaw-dropping odds. A tie in Baccarat, often 8:1. Hitting a single number in roulette, 35:1. Or the elusive progressive jackpot on a slot machine. These options exist not to make gamblers rich, but to serve as the casino's most dazzling marketing material. Casinos don't fear someone hitting these low-probability bets. They crave it, even orchestrating these miracles behind the scenes. When a lucky winner emerges, the casino pulls out all the stops, staging a grand coronation. A slot machine erupts with ear-splitting music and blinding lights. Staff cordon off the area, drawing a crowd. If a rare outcome hits at the table, the dealer announces it with theatrical flair, and all eyes turn to the winner. In that moment, the lucky winner becomes the casino's most effective, authentic, and cost-free advertisement. Their face, stunned with disbelief and ecstasy, and the mountain of chips before them deliver a seismic shock to every onlooker's psyche. Envy, jealousy, reluctance, greed. Your rawest emotions ignite, crumbling your already fragile rational defenses. You start to fantasize uncontrollably. Why not me? If they can do it, why can't I? And so the disaster begins. You may abandon your cautious, calculated betting strategy, pouring some or all of your stake into options you know have minuscule odds but promise life-changing payouts. You think you're chasing a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but in reality, you're willingly throwing your money into the casino's highest house-edge pit. The casino doesn't mind if you win. What it fears is you winning small, rational bets that barely profit them. It dangles the amplified dream of overnight riches as the ultimate bait, luring thousands like you to abandon logic and strategy, diving into a frenzy driven by greed and luck. Every time someone hits a jackpot, the casino amplifies the story, spreading it far and wide to draw more dreamers through its doors, destined for disappointment. Understanding these three traps, their progression and synergy, may finally reveal the truth. Your battle with the casino was never a fair fight. It's a meticulously planned psychological hunt. The casino first uses its architecture, a physical cage, to trap your body, prolonging your stay and maximizing your exposure to risk. Then, chips, its emperor's new clothes, numb your sense of money's value, disarming your psychological defenses and desensitizing you to massive losses. Finally, when you're exhausted from long play or despairing from losses, it dangles high payout miracles as a false lifeline, tempting you to deliver the fatal blow to yourself, plunging into ruin. This interlocking system, refined over centuries, is powerful enough to unravel even the strongest will, turning you into a slave to desire. True casino masters don't win money at the tables. They win the psychological war against the casino's design. They recognize every environmental cue, stay vigilant about the chip's true value, and scoff at the illusory lure of big payouts. They know that the moment you feel most excited, most impulsive, is when you're closest to danger. So, when you step into that gilded maze again, your only chance of victory lies not in the cards you hold or the roulette ball spin, but in whether you can consistently conquer the greediest, most vulnerable, most manipulable part of yourself. The true winner doesn't leave with a bag of chips but with unshaken rationality and an intact soul, walking through that narrow door and never looking back. Yet, even if you fully grasp the casino's triple-layered web, its physical environment, money abstraction, and payout lures, you've only achieved the beginner's level of knowing your enemy. It's like understanding the enemy's fortifications, weapons, and feints, but it doesn't guarantee victory. The casino's greatest ally isn't its cold architecture or intricate chips, but the inner demon within you, born from your desires, cognitive biases, ego, and psychological weaknesses. The casino's brilliance lies not just in setting external traps, but in activating and exploiting this inner demon, crafting a bespoke internal trap. What follows is a deeper, harsher exploration. The fourth trap, a beguiling form of self-deception, I call the illusion of control and the myth of systems. This trap is tailored for those who consider themselves smart, rational, and successful, elite gamblers. When someone accustomed to success through analysis, calculation, and strategy enters a casino, they can't accept that a seemingly simple game's outcome is purely random. This offends their sense of control. To preserve their sense of order and intellectual superiority, they obsessively search for patterns. At the baccarat table, you'll see countless players meticulously recording the sequence of banker, player, or tie, trying to divine a sacred winning formula from random events. Their roads, some resembling mountains, others streams, look profound but are mere self-soothing delusions. This obsession with patterns marks the start of the illusion of control. A gambler, after a few lucky guesses, mistakenly attributes their success to skill or strategy. They believe they've cracked the code and can predict the future. The casino silently encourages this delusion, providing detailed road displays, paper, and pens, signaling, yes, there's a pattern. Can you find it? As this illusion takes root, the gambler transforms from a casual player into a self-styled researcher, diving into betting systems, from the basic martingale, doubling bets after losses, to Fibonacci sequences or complex cable methods. These systems seem theoretically flawless, promising no losses with infinite funds. But they all ignore the casino's two iron rules: table betting limits and your finite bankroll. Casinos love system players because their behavior is so predictable. They double down robotically after losses until they hit the table limit or exhaust their funds. The collapse is catastrophic, wiping out all prior small gains with interest. The casino doesn't need tricks to defeat you, just basic probability and those two rules, waiting for your self-destruction. This trap's insidiousness lies in turning your intelligence and confidence into your fatal flaw. The more you try to outsmart randomness with logic, the deeper you fall, the worse you lose. The fifth trap shifts from the gaming table to relationships and status, the shackles of vanity and the noose of warmth. This targets high rollers or whales, gamblers with wealth and status. For them, the casino sheds its cold, money-printing facade and becomes a warm, generous friend in the form of VIP client managers. These managers offer impeccable service: private jets, presidential suites, rare concert tickets, or exclusive shopping trips for your family. These are called comps. But understand this: free is the most expensive thing in the world. These gifts are calculated emotional investments, forging a subtle bond of obligation. As you revel in the casino's lavish treatment, you feel compelled to reciprocate. You might think, they're so good to me. I should play a bit longer, bet a bit more, or it'd be rude. This guilt is exactly what the casino wants, transforming a transactional exchange into a friendly obligation. When you win, your manager celebrates more than you do, casually mentioning the exclusive dinner arranged for you. A clear hint: don't leave, keep playing. When you lose, they console you with fine wine, reassure you that losses are normal, and offer higher credit lines to help you recover. Under this warm offensive, your identity shifts from gambler to honored guest. The thrill of this status often outshines winning itself. To maintain this VIP image, you increase your bets, even during losing streaks, to save face. Your manager, your supposed best friend, is judged solely by your theoretical loss. Their every caring gesture aims to keep you gambling as long and as heavily as possible. This trap cloaks cold financial transactions in warm human bonds, chaining you to the table with vanity and face until you're bled dry. Finally, we reach the most sophisticated trap, rooted in modern neuroscience: the dopamine scam and the curse of almost winning. This is most vivid in slot machines but applies to all gambling. Your brain releases dopamine, a pleasure-inducing neurotransmitter, when rewarded. Winning triggers a dopamine surge, but casino researchers uncovered a deeper secret. The strongest stimulus isn't winning, but almost winning. A slot machine's reel stopping half a space from your desired pattern. A roulette ball landing one slot away, or hitting 20 in blackjack only to see the dealer draw 21. These near misses send a contradictory signal to your brain. Punishment for losing, yet a powerful hint of, I was so close. This triggers more dopamine than a total loss, nearly matching the thrill of a win. You feel compelled to think, I almost had it. My approach is right. One more try and I'll win. You mistake random near misses for proof of skill or improving luck. Modern slot machines, optimized by behavioral psychologists, are programmed to produce frequent near misses, not by chance but through precise algorithms. Their sole purpose is to hijack your brain's reward system, fostering an addictive dependency that keeps you feeding money into the machine. This trap transcends traditional psychological warfare, manipulating your physiological responses at a chemical level, forming the root of gambling addiction. Let's tie it all together. When you enter a casino, its isolated environment captures you, stripping away your sense of time and reality. Chips sever the emotional link to your money, numbing you to losses. As your rationality fades, high payout miracles and dopamine-driven near misses alternate, dangling false hope or spurring you to double down in frustration. If you're a savvy gambler, the illusion of control lures you into self-made system traps. If you're wealthy, vanity's shackles bind you with warmth and status. This is a comprehensive, multi-layered hunting system, attacking you relentlessly from the outside in macro to micro, physiological to psychological. The ultimate truth remains simple yet profound. In this inherently unequal war, your only path to victory is to deeply understand your enemy and the traitorous self within you, and then, before the battle begins, choose to walk away. True victory isn't winning money but reclaiming control over your life.